Cancer, welcome to May 2024. I'm so stoked to be back. I had surgery on my thumb. Look what I can do now. Look at that. It's been months. She is back. We are back. I am back. I'm so grateful for my thumbs. I'm so grateful for my thumbs. Cancer, let's get you a card for the overview of the month, and then we'll get into a Celtic cross for you guys to see what's coming up for you guys here in May. All right, we've got Spirit into Matter, Trillium. This is a botanical deck, so I'll read a little bit from the book as well. But look at you just taking your jewels of inner wisdom and inner strength, likely cultivated from some of the largest hardships you've ever gone through in life, into your greatest, most beautiful flowers of optimism, success, and just gorgeous, successes here. I love that there's all these fall colors too, which seem a little incongruent. So I'm curious what that has to say about it in the book. But we are looking at sort of like this season of life where, like, despite all odds, despite the culmination of the seasons, despite the dying down of whatever else might be around you, you are taking your deepest, most beautiful gifts that you have inside, that were given to you by Spirit, that you have cultivated with Spirit, and taking them into some of your largest successes this month. Okay, Cancer, no big deal, no big deal. And you're doing it with the help of Trillium. This is Trillium, this beautiful flower. Here's a little bit of information from the book. Trillium is a rare jewel brightening the forest floor, quietly watching the darkness. She's not waiting for ghouls or ghosts. She fears nothing in these dim-lit woods. No, Trillium was waiting on the first fleeting sparks of new life. Come, she says, drawing you deeper into the consciousness of the trees. Let's see what she'll be born. While she's awaiting births for millennia, Trillium's recently developed her invisibility, quietly blending into leaf mulch and fern patches, the dark places where ideas are incubated. On the edge of the abyss of all and nothing, she's ready to ease the transition from spirit to matter. Trillium helps with births. She often sees the first spark when other eyes still see darkness. So coming from the very darkest parts of who you are, of where you've been, really seeing some gorgeous, I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen in May. Maybe you've been working towards projects for a while. This could surprise you, Cancer. Let's see. Something could be coming to fruition that you didn't even see coming. Sorry, I have a cut on my thumb, but hey, we're not all perfect. So I was just noticing it there. Yeah, really beautiful. I'm loving the gems in that, and I am trying to be a little bit more on point with these cards here. Celtic cross for Cancer, May 2024. All right. Cancer, what's going on for you here in the middle of the month? The Lovers in reverse, crossed by the Four of Cups. All right, girl. Lovers in reverse, you've given up some of your personal power here. This is going to be a month you're taking it back. Okay, I get it. It's all coming through. There's some kind of a choice. The Lovers talks to us about a choice. Are we choosing love? Are we choosing fear? Love, sure. We can talk about the Lovers card as a relationship. In reverse, it can sometimes look like a breakup, but oftentimes the Lovers is asking us, where have we given up in life? If it's in reverse, where are we not choosing to be fully in our hearts? Where are we letting go of the empowerment we get from when we choose love, when we choose to forgive, when we choose to act kindly, when we choose to be inspired, right? And it's crossed by the Four of Cups, which means you might be facing depression, malaise, apathy this month. The Four of Cups is all about feeling like you've got too much. The universe is trying to offer you more. Hey, there's another relationship, another friendship here for you. There's another thing to get into, another fun class you could take. Oh my gosh, look at this thing you could do over here. And you can't even see it. Over it, she has on her jacket. And what is that? It looks almost like a VHS tape there. I'm not even quite sure. Regardless, she's in a place where she can't look to new things yet because she's still digesting the old. She's still trying to get through the traumas of the past, and that can be on whatever spectrum makes sense to you, small or large. So let me just get a clarifier card here for that Lovers card. And what did I say when I was reading that Trillium card here about those jewels coming from some of your biggest traumas, likely some of the hardest things that you've ever gone through. So you might be facing some of that this month. Cancer. And if you're not facing that actively, you could be facing the rewards of that. So gosh, for instance, years ago, I went through a big moment with my family. I had a brother situation, a sister situation. It all kind of blew up and we didn't chat with each other for about 10 years. It was one of the hardest things I ever went through. I definitely chose apathy. I definitely chose depression. I definitely was not able to be in my heart, in my most open, loving, caring state, especially with my family members. And we came to a huge reconciliation out of the blue a couple of years ago that has absolutely been one of the biggest miracles of my life. And because of that, it's been one of the greatest jewels and has led to some of the greatest successes that I have had since because of those connections and healed relationships out of that. So you might be in any one of those stages, Cancer. You might be feeling the apathy. You might be feeling the loss. You might be really feeling the disconnection in May and really leaning into this phase of life where you're just over it. Or you might be starting to realize that this is what's getting you to where you're going. This is part of your greatest goal in life. If you can sit with your feelings and not judge where you're at, it will bring you to some of your greatest successes if you stick with the healing and the letting go and the digesting of your experiences. Okay, that was a lot. Let's see what's in the foundation for you here in May. Just digesting and transforming generational cycles of trauma here into some of your biggest successes in life. No big deal, Cancer. Okay, here in the foundation we have, I can't say it any better. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at your pain. I am laughing with joy at the alignment tarot offers sometimes. So here in the foundation, in the subconscious, death is reflecting back to you. If this is your story, if none of this is resonating so far, Cancer or any other sign, don't take it as yours. This isn't predictive. This isn't telling you what's going to happen to you. Tarot is meant to be a place, a time, a tool to support you, to love you, to encourage you, to help you feel validated in whatever you're going through. So especially if the cards are rough and it's validating something in my own life, I'm like, oh my God, thank God. I'm not just crazy out here. I really am going through a tough time. Spirit sees me. I'm good. It's just a season. There's going to be another one in a few months. So stick with it, Cancer. And if none of this is resonating with you, if you are watching this, move on to your other sun, moon, rising sign, Venus sign. It's not your story. For the Cancers where you're like, oh my God, tell me more. When is it going to end? Let's do this. So here in your subconscious is death. So you're really going through exceptional transformation. Death brings us down to the very bones of who we are. It strips away anything that isn't necessary, and it cultivates and initiates massive change. It takes away anything that we're not meant to do anymore. It could be an entire old identity. I had a situation once where I was going to write a book about friend breakups. Friend breakups. Here we go. 6 of Wands in reverse. Something didn't work out because, I'm sorry, I'm jumping between topics. I wanted to write a book about friend breakups because we hear every song on the radio is about like love breakups, relationship breakups. There are books on it. We talk about it all of the time, but no one talks about the pain we often go through when friends break up or groups of friends break up. It can be exceptionally painful. And I forgot why I was talking about that, but for some reason I wanted to talk about that. So deep transformation. Here we go. Death. Ultimately, something didn't work out for you, Cancer. This could have been something that you were working really hard towards, or just something that ended, like a friend group potentially, for reasons that you can or cannot name. But there's definitely a season of death and dying that is essential for your successes in the future. Here we go. The death and dying of the forest around. Remember, I was really struck by interesting that all of this is happening in an autumnal forest here. So within all of that mulch, within all of that decay, within all of that compost, it makes the richest soil for what's to come next. What are you very conscious of manifesting this month? Wow, Cancer, you are getting it all out. You are seeing all of the places with this Devil card that you are chained to anything that doesn't serve you, and you are committing to move forward from it. And I say that because if you are consciously seeing it, you can make a choice. This is the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers in reverse says, I choose to be chained to something that doesn't make me feel good because I can make a choice otherwise and I'm choosing not to. You're really seeing this month, you're being confronted with it. This could be golden handcuffs, right? Like the job that pays you $1 million but asks you to work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. This could be the relationship that you are too scared to leave because they pay the bills. This could be the candy you don't want to give up because, hello, sugar, but you are really sick from candida. Like whatever it is, you are being very clear this month about what materially is holding you back. Look how loose these chains are around their necks. The Devil card is always where we are choosing to be attached to something. This isn't something that's like happening to us. It's really a choice that we can make. And so where is this coming up in your life, Cancer? I'm sure that you're going to know and understand because it's in this position of consciousness. So what are you consciously bringing up? Yeah, there's opportunities. You're feeling like your ships aren't coming in. You've been waiting for a really long time. You're like, when are they here? I don't know when my opportunities are coming. I feel like everything's passing me by. So I'm just going to stay with this person that I met in high school, and I'm sure that that's good enough, even though I know I really want to be with someone who really loves to travel, and this person just has a passion for TV. You know, you're really seeing it this month, Cancer. Whether or not you do anything about it this month or in the future is going to be up to you. Again, this could be a time of life where you are just seeing this pattern or you're reflecting back on it and seeing how far you've come. You could be anywhere in this timeline. What happened in the recent past? Some kind of disappointment? Where are you going in the future? Love that, getting over the disappointment. So here in the recent past, we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Something was lost. You were hoping, wishing, loving for something. There was some kind of wish fulfillment that you were expecting, wanting, looking forward to, hoping for, and it didn't come to fruition. Maybe you had it and lost it. Maybe that's a breakup. Maybe you had that perfect dress for your wedding and on the way there it got thrown out of the car. I don't know, some kind of wish here, some kind of something that you were really excited about, fulfilled about, really wanted, just wasn't coming true, didn't come true, or that you lost. And you didn't feel good about it. Queen of Cups in reverse says there wasn't a lot of emotional regulation. Maybe there was a lot of grief here in the recent past, a lot of tears, a lot of emotionality, and not necessarily from a place that helped you get to the other side. Queen of Cups in reverse says we're kind of stuck in our feelings here in the past, especially with this other 9 of Cups card. But here in the future, gosh, Cancer, let me see what's going on for you guys. Okay, good. There we go. Devil in reverse. So the 5 of Cups in reverse can either, it can go either way. 5 of Cups in reverse says you're really coming out of that disappointment with the Devil card in reverse. So you're taking off the chains. Coming up for you in the near future, Cancer, you're seeing the patterns here and you're saying, no more, I'm choosing out. You're seeing how stuck you are looking at the spilled cups and you're saying, no more, I'm going to change my attitude. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to figure out ways to feel better. I want to find a way to feel more free. I don't care about the money. I want my time back or my health back if it's switching up a job, or, I want to be by myself for a while and go to Mykonos if it's a relationship, whatever it is. In the near future, you are becoming very clear about what you want and what you don't want and what is holding you back, and you are choosing to release the chains that are holding you back, Cancer. Woo! I feel like I want to give you a big you got this. I mean, you do. That's what's happening. So let me know how it goes. I'm so curious. I'm curious for all the signs. I'm like, ooh, I wonder what all the stories are. Okay, how are you feeling about it? Yeah, you scared. But you know what? That's right on track, because when we are dealing with some of the biggest core issues of our life, look what you have on the board. You have Death, the Lovers, the Devil. These are really big hitting major arcana cards. And when we see a lot of major arcana cards, it can often be a season of life that we are karmically challenged to live through. Rather than when we see a lot of minor arcana cards, they're more adaptable. We can change the energy more easily with our personal mind or will. When we have these larger major arcana cards, it can usually be a sign that we are just really going through a time that we were meant to go through. If it's really tough, then it's going to be for our benefit in some way, but it might be really tough and you're feeling it. So this is right on course. You might be really afraid. You might be feeling a lot of anxiety, but Cancer, understand that while that's natural for what you're going through, it's actually only in your mind. And I don't say that to minimize anxiety or to minimize mental health issues or pain. But what I love about the Nine of Swords is that if we come out of our minds, if we listen to the positive affirmations when we sleep, if we calm ourselves, if we attend to our nervous system, if we choose to drink tea instead of 5 cups of caffeine all day, if you do all of the little things to help your body really remember that it's safe, you can bring yourself back to stability. You can take a nap in this beautiful, you're all set and wrapped up in the most lovely, comfy little comforter here. You just have to remember that that's reality. This is all in your head. Harder said than done, easier said than done. But that's how you're feeling about it. Let me just get one other card here. And for as much deep transformation as you're going through, I'm not surprised. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling burdened. You're like, I've been working so hard. The beautiful thing here is that the Ten of Wands is a completion card. She's bringing in all of this to harvest. You are carrying your biggest successes. You've built all of these trees with blossoms and fruit on them, and you are bringing them in. You've done it, Cancer. You've made it. And you are reaping the rewards of this effort. But yeah, I bet you're tired. And yeah, I bet with whatever this is talking about, you're feeling really anxious because big, deep, very deep change will bring up those feelings. So the advice with the Ten of Swords, and by Ten of Swords, I mean Ten of Wands, is to help relieve the burden. Do you need to set it all down and take a nap for a minute before you bring everything to market? Do you need to call in a helper? How can you ease your burden here so that you can transition more smoothly and more easily, because you can't do it all yourself? So ask for help here, whether that's a therapist, whether that's, a friend, whether that's just taking a nap, whether that's listening to affirmations when you go to sleep and wake up, whether that's candle watching, whether it's a walk on the beach, whatever it is, pick from the infinity of choices that you could have here, Cancer. There's so much here that's waiting to soothe you, and you can look at this process from a more empowered stance. Okay, what is in your environment this month? People, places, things around you that might be affecting you, holding you back, pushing you forward. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I bet that there might be instances where things are unraveling. Maybe things are unraveling at work. Eight of Pentacles is a card about training. It's a card about digging down into what you know how to do. This is oftentimes about work or material gain or success, something very material, very, very tangible. When it's in this position upside down, this could say that with this much transformation, you might be looking at another job, or there could be things that you have been actively working on, projects, work ideas, that just don't make sense to you anymore with as much transformation as you're going through. You're likely going to be an entirely new person at the end of this process, whether that's the end of May or the end of your life. So it would make sense that whatever you are creating from this new place is going to be different. So there might be instances this month, Cancer, where you see you don't have the energy to put into those projects anymore, or someone that you were collaborating with doesn't want to work together anymore, or there's going to be sort of natural instances where things that are ready to sort of tie up, and you're going to know how to deal with them when you get there. The High Priestess says, don't even worry about it. It's all going to be intuition and spirit led, isn't everything, but this will be very obvious, something that you don't have to effort towards or against. You can just let the process happen, and it's going to be very natural and intuitive. Biggest thoughts, biggest fears, biggest hopes this month. The Nine of Pentacles is so interesting. It's relating to a lot of material things. You're afraid it's going to cost you your independence and your independent wealth. Okay, great. If I have to rely on other people to help me out here, if, I'm going to be coming out of what my old work could be, am I going to be destitute? Am I not going to be independently wealthy anymore? And by independently wealthy, I mean someone who has clearly built themselves up to support themselves, to be in a place where they feel financially stable. There's some kind of stability here that you might be afraid of losing this month if you go in a different direction. You might, that could be a lot of the anxiety. Oh my gosh. I just love it when it's the same card on the same card. That's the message. You're just afraid here, facing your fears here. Cancer, that you could be losing the stability that you have personally worked really hard to create. But I'm going to turn these around for you, because if it's all in your best interest, this is guiding you to exactly how you can be even more affluent, even more wealthy from a totally different vantage point. So this might look completely different. For instance, if you were in that job that was, working you to the bone and it was costing you relationships, your time, your health, if you give that up, it might be really, really scary at the beginning to say, well, where am I going to get that other salary? But maybe you find another job that doesn't pay as much, but your relationships flourish again, or your health gets a lot better again. And those two things combined support you in a way of life that creates an entirely new, affluent, wealthy, rich experience of life and living. So I'm just going to turn these around for you, because hopes and fears, it's the same side of the coin. Lean into this vision of yourself this month, Cancer, where you are just flourishing, even if you can't see exactly how on the other side of all of these clearly massive changes that are going on. It's just a whole new you and a whole new feeling of success and brilliance and affluence that you've not even reached before. You don't even know what it's like. So just know that that's coming, even if you can't see it in your mind's eye. Culmination, the Magician in reverse. All right, girl. So it's time to kind of give up control. The Magician in reverse is like, you know what? I don't feel like I can do anything right now. I just don't feel in control of where I'm going. And that can be okay. Let's get a clarifier. Well, okay. Well, it can't be the whole deck. Thank you. Spirit's like, okay, but let's keep going with their reading. I would like to just use all of the cards. Oh my gosh, that's really beautiful. Seven of Pentacles flew out, and it's like, is it up? Is it down? Who knows? It's on its side. So both sides of this card is really how that reads. It's not time to choose a whole new direction for yourself, Cancer. That's what this is saying. The overall message for you, the culmination of your month here, says it's not time to choose an entirely new direction. It's not time to uproot your whole life and say, okay, I'm manifesting, my millions of dollars in the Caymans, and I'm moving to a tropical island. No, it's a time to specifically maybe not make decisions and just tend to the seeds that you want to see growing over time. The Seven of Pentacles is about waiting and tending what you have already planted, and it's not coming up yet. You don't even see the flowers. You're just sort of seeing the starts in the ground. You're just sort of seeing the beginning of the plants that are coming up that you threw the seeds out last season or whatever. But know that as you keep tending them, as you keep coming back to doing the work, you're gonna reap the rewards of it soon. You're gonna see those flowers, you're gonna see that fruit, you're gonna see the fruits of your labor imminently. So don't make any big rash moves. Cancer, this is a really huge reading. I mean, this is deep, this is really to the very bare bones of who you are. And it could be carrying you through an emotional month this month. If you are going through a lot of personal transformation, whether that is on an inner level or an outer level, big outer world decisions happening like jobs or relationships shifting, places shifting, or whether it's just on an inner level, maybe you're doing a lot of interpersonal work and really digging deep, and you are transforming completely, Cancer. And it is absolutely for the benefit of everyone. Look at this. You are finding the gems inside through all of what's decaying around you, and they will become your biggest successes. I could have just stopped after talking about this card at the beginning. We should have stopped there. No, absolutely. This is a really beautiful reading. I'm so excited for you, Cancer. I can't wait to hear or see how this goes for you. I hope you have a wonderful month. Take very, very good care of yourself, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.